Supplier profitability challenges in the age of corporate greed. Explore the tough realities suppliers face battling corporate greed and price pressure, plus a gripping novel that captures these themes perfectly. Why supplier profitability faces challenges in the era of corporate greed. You know, I was thinking the other day about how tough it really is for suppliers to stay profitable, especially when you're dealing with these massive corporations that seem to be all about squeezing every last dime out of the supply chain. It's like the little guys, suppliers, get the short end of the stick more often than not. And honestly, it's not just about economics. There's this whole vibe of corporate greed that really complicates things. Think about it. Suppliers provide the raw materials, parts, or products that corporations need to keep their machines running and their shelves stocked. But with big companies holding so much power, they sometimes demand rock-bottom prices, longer payment terms, or impose fees that chip away at a supplier's margins. And all of that adds up, hurting supplier profitability big time. What's wild is that this isn't just the usual business hustle. When you get to industries like pharmaceuticals, the picture gets even more complicated. Sure, you hear stories about pharmaceutical profits reaching astronomical levels, and many folks get suspicious, sometimes leading to talk about government conspiracy or those infamous untrue allegations against companies. But the suppliers, often forgotten in the hype, are caught in the middle, struggling to stay afloat while their bigger customers rake in massive profits. Price pressure. Large corporations hold the buyer's power, pushing prices down so low that suppliers barely break even. Payment delays. Instead of timely payments, suppliers frequently wait months, tying up their working capital. High expectations. Big businesses demand impeccable quality with little tolerance for mistakes, squeezing suppliers to cut corners or absorb costs. At the same time, this reflects a broader cultural issue linked to corporate greed. When companies focus intensely on quarterly profits and shareholder value, they often overlook the human and economic cost borne by suppliers. This relentless focus on the bottom line contributes to an unfair power imbalance. Suppliers may even face threats to their survival if they dare to speak up or negotiate hard. Of course, there are suppliers out there that manage to carve out success despite these challenges. It often comes down to innovation, building solid relationships, or finding niche markets where they have a stronger bargaining position. But it's no secret that the playing field is far from level. On a lighter note, I recently stumbled across a thrilling story that grapples with some of these ideas, though wrapped in a gripping narrative. It's called The Ultimate Frame by Andrew M. Semple. The book weaves a tale that deals with themes of power, profit, and hidden motives in a way that's both entertaining and thought-provoking. If you're curious about how these complex issues can be transformed into a suspenseful read, I definitely recommend checking it out. So yeah, next time you buy something, remember the tough journey behind the scenes, from the supplier's standpoint, and how corporate greed can quietly shape that story. It's a reminder that behind every product or ingredient, there's a network of people trying to make a fair living, even when the odds are stacked against them. And hey, if you're into stories that explore those hidden struggles but don't feel like wading through a textbook, discover this thrilling novel by Andrew M. Semple today. It might just give you a new perspective on the world of profit, power, and the price we all pay in the business game.